Breaking news in the tech world. AI search startup Perplexity has announced a jaw-dropping plan, a $34.5 billion bid to acquire Google Chrome. This move has immediately rocked the tech industry and directly challenges Google's dominance over the internet. Perplexity has emerged as an AI search rising star. In just 1 year, its valuation skyrocketed from $500 million in 2024 to $18 billion in 2025, handling 30 million queries per day, reaching 780 million in May 2025. Now it seeks to extend this growth into the browser space, putting itself head-to-head with one of Google's crown jewels. Yet this deal raises serious questions. Google has remained silent, and the market is skeptical about Perplexity's financing. The startup claims backing from top-tier venture capital firms, but has not disclosed any names. Is this acquisition attempt a genuine challenge, or just a bold PR move to grab headlines? In this video, we break down the story from 5 perspectives: market reaction, the strategic value of Chrome, the competitive landscape, AI's role in the future of browsers, and Perplexity's meteoric rise. Each slide will unpack key data, expert insights, and market reactions, giving you a clear understanding of what this deal really means.
Today's headline news is undoubtedly Perplexity's plan to acquire Chrome for $34.5 billion. The announcement immediately sent shockwaves through the tech world. Perplexity, an AI search startup, is framing this acquisition as an antitrust remedy, aiming to disrupt Google's near monopoly in search and browser markets. Let's start with some background. Over the past 2 years, Perplexity has grown rapidly from a small search experiment into a recognized AI search powerhouse. The startup handles 30 million daily search queries, with total queries hitting 780 million by May 2025. Its valuation jumped from $500 million in 2024 to $18 billion in 2025, a staggering increase that has drawn the attention of both the tech industry and investors. The strategic importance of Chrome goes far beyond the browser itself. Chrome accounts for roughly 70% of global browser share and serves as the gateway to Google Search, Google Docs, and other core services. If Perplexity succeeds in acquiring Chrome, it would gain access to Google's massive user base and infrastructure, potentially reshaping the search market. Google has remained silent, issuing no public statements. This silence has fueled speculation. Is this a real acquisition attempt or a bold PR stunt? Perplexity claims support from major venture capitalists, but refuses to reveal names, adding to the uncertainty surrounding the deal. Interestingly, Perplexity describes the deal as an antitrust measure, implying the acquisition is meant to reduce market concentration. This is unusual in the tech world and highlights the startup's creative strategy for challenging a dominant player. In short, this story is more than a business acquisition. It is a symbolic moment of an emerging AI company taking on a tech giant and potentially reshaping the internet landscape. The market reaction was immediate. Alphabet stock closed up 1.25% at $204.16, suggesting that investors saw limited short-term risk from the news. Yet skepticism quickly emerged. The biggest question centers on financing. Perplexity claims that top venture capital firms are backing the deal, but provides no details. Analysts are questioning, can a startup realistically finance a $34.5 billion acquisition? By traditional standards, this is an enormous sum for a young company. Stock market behavior reflects this complexity. While Alphabet shares rose slightly, analysts stress that this is likely a short-term emotional reaction, not a reflection of the deal's probability of closing. Uncertainty remains high. Industry insiders also note that Perplexity's high-profile bid may function as a marketing and PR strategy. Even if the deal never closes, such a bold move elevates the company's visibility, attracts user attention, and positions it as a serious competitor in AI search. Overall, market reaction demonstrates a typical pattern of short-term excitement paired with long-term doubt. Investors are fascinated by the narrative of a startup challenging a tech giant, but remain cautious about the financial and operational feasibility. To understand the gravity of Perplexity's move, we need to examine why Chrome is so strategically important. Chrome is not just a browser, it's a central pillar of Google's internet ecosystem. Globally, it commands roughly 70% of browser market share, making it the most widely used browser on desktops, laptops, and mobile devices. Chrome is the primary gateway to Google's suite of products. Every Google search query, Google Docs collaboration, and YouTube session often begins in Chrome. Owning Chrome would effectively mean controlling the entry point to a significant portion of global internet activity. From a user perspective, Chrome is more than software. It's part of daily digital life, and its integration with Google services locks users into the ecosystem. This dominance translates into enormous economic and strategic value. Advertising revenue, search traffic, and user data are all closely linked to browser usage. Analysts estimate that the combination of Google Search and Chrome generates tens of billions in revenue annually. Even a partial shift in browser control could have cascading effects on search traffic, ad placement, and online commerce. Chrome also serves as a platform for innovation. Google continuously integrates advanced features, security protocols, and AI-driven tools directly into Chrome. The browser isn't just about web pages. It's a launchpad for Google's technological ecosystem, making it a coveted asset for any company aiming to compete with Google. Perplexity's interest in Chrome signals a bold strategy. By acquiring the browser, it could gain not only users, but also the infrastructure to embed AI-driven search directly into a widely adopted platform. This could potentially redefine how billions of people interact with information online, shifting some control from Google to a much smaller, agile startup. However, the road is far from simple. Integrating AI search into Chrome at scale would require significant resources, expertise, and regulatory approvals. Google has deep technical expertise, massive engineering teams, and a loyal user base, all of which are formidable barriers. Yet the mere ambition to pursue Chrome indicates the level of confidence or audacity within Perplexity's leadership team. In short, Chrome is more than a browser. It is a strategic lever for internet dominance. Any company that could control it would gain a direct line to the world's most valuable search and productivity ecosystem, which is why this story has captivated both tech insiders and the broader public. The Chrome acquisition is not just a story about Perplexity. It is part of a broader, competitive landscape. Other tech giants and AI players have reportedly shown interest in Chrome, including OpenAI and Yahoo. This illustrates that Chrome is not only valuable, but also a hotly contested asset in the tech world. Analysts value Chrome at hundreds of billions, based on its revenue-generating potential, user base, and strategic position. Even a partial stake in Chrome would give any company leverage in search, advertising, and productivity tools. For startups like Perplexity, this represents both an opportunity and a massive challenge, as they would be competing against established giants with deep pockets and global reach. Some experts, however, are skeptical about Perplexity's intentions. There are suggestions that the bid might serve more as a public relations play than a realistic acquisition plan. By positioning itself in direct competition with Google, Perplexity gains visibility, credibility, and media attention, benefits that can translate into more user engagement and investor interest, even if the deal never closes. At the same time, this move signals a shifting mindset in tech. AI startups are increasingly willing to challenge entrenched players, pushing the boundaries of what smaller companies can attempt. This competitive pressure could accelerate innovation, as tech giants may need to respond with new AI features, partnerships, or even acquisitions of their own to maintain dominance. The broader market also watches closely. If Perplexity succeeds, or even comes close, it could trigger a wave of similar high-profile moves where AI-focused startups attempt to control critical internet infrastructure. This raises both excitement and concern among regulators, investors, and industry analysts. In essence, the Chrome acquisition is more than a single transaction. It is a flashpoint in the ongoing battle between AI innovators and established tech giants. The competition is heating up, and the outcome could redefine how the internet's most critical tools are controlled. Finally, let's look at the bigger picture. What this move tells us about Perplexity, AI, and the future of internet competition. Perplexity has established itself as a rising star in AI search. From a $500 million valuation in 2024 to $18 billion in 2025, it has grown at a pace few startups achieve. Its daily queries, totaling 30 million, indicate strong user adoption and growing influence in the search market. The company has effectively carved a niche in the AI search space, challenging established players by leveraging advanced AI technology, superior user experience, and rapid iteration. By pursuing Chrome, Perplexity is signaling an ambitious vision to not only provide search capabilities but to control the very platform where search happens for billions of users. This is not just about expanding market share, it's about redefining the rules of the game. Owning Chrome could allow Perplexity to integrate AI search in ways that Google may not anticipate, potentially disrupting advertising models, search behavior, and productivity tools. Yet major questions remain. Can a startup realistically finance, regulate, and integrate such a massive platform? Google has unparalleled technical resources, security expertise, and an established global infrastructure. Any acquisition attempt faces formidable operational, legal, and regulatory challenges. Still, the attempt itself is symbolic. It reflects a broader trend in tech. AI-driven startups are no longer content to operate in niches. They are willing to take on giants directly, challenging entrenched monopolies and pushing for transformative change. Whether or not the acquisition succeeds, Perplexity's bid sends a clear message. The future of search, browsers, and digital infrastructure will be shaped by AI, innovation, and audacity. In conclusion, this story is not just about a single acquisition. It's about a startup's meteoric rise, the growing influence of AI, and the shifting power dynamics in tech. Perplexity may or may not succeed in buying Chrome, but its bold move marks a defining moment in the ongoing evolution of the internet.